Hello, welcome. This is OBN Jan. Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has held discussion at his office with Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Moussa Faki Mohamed, on the preparations being made to hold the 32nd Summit of African Union Heads of States and Governments. We have more on that. Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, has held discussion with Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Moussa Faki Mohamed, at his office on the preparation being made to hold the 32nd African Union Heads of States and Governments Summit. Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Workneh Gebeyehu, said the government of Ethiopia would work hard to succeed the summit, as the officials discussed.
The conference will be held in the first week of February here in Finfinne. 3,000 or 4,000 guests would come to Ethiopia in connection to the summit. The summit would help Ethiopia use the opportunity to promote itself. The opening would be conducted in a way that it would reflect the quality of Ethiopians and their cultures.
Dr. Workneh said Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed and Moussa Faki Mohamed have discussed the situation in Democratic Republic of Congo.
The situation in Democratic Republic of Congo, including the election held in the country, has been discussed. This means they have discussed the result of the election in the country too.
Press Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister, Ngusu Talahun, has briefed the media on the visit Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed made to European countries. Olma Bain had the story.
The delegation led by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has returned home after it has concluded its official visit to various European countries. Press Secretary of Office of the Prime Minister, Ngusu Talahun, has briefed the media concerning the visit. Ngusu said that the reform in Ethiopia has great value for African and world countries. He said the Premier has discussed with the Italian government and various organizations that are working on agriculture and food security, as well as leader of the Catholic Church.
ግንኙነት በመንግስት ደረጃ ለለውጡ ከፍተኛ እውቅና የሰጡ መሆኑን
The Italian government has given high recognition to our country for its reform. They also support our reform to sustain it. Huge companies in Italy are also supporting our reforms. They have recognized it. Therefore, the government of Italy has been working not only to support our country, but also to strengthen the region, especially through connecting Ethiopia and Eritrea through railway. So, they have high initiation to strengthen the Horn of Africa. Ngusu said that the Prime Minister had explained the Ethiopian reform philosophy to the world countries during his speech on the World Economic Forum held in Davos, Switzerland.
ክቡር ጠቅላይ ሚኒስትራችን በመድረኩ በንግግራቸው አጽንኦት ሰጥተው ካቸው አንዱ የመደመር ፍልስፍናን ነው።
Among the major points that our Prime Minister has stressed on was the philosophy of Medemmer, synergy. The Prime Minister stated that synergy and unity are crucial for Ethiopia. The Ethio-Eritrean peace agreement, Somalia and Djibouti relations to Ethiopia are all results of synergy. Ngusu said that the 2020 World Economic Forum will also held in Finfinne, Ethiopia for the first time in Africa. He added that the Prime Minister has also discussed and made various agreements with European Union in Brussels, Belgium.
እነዚህ ስምምነቶች በገንዘብም በበጀት የሚገለጽ በቴክኖሎጂ እና በአቅም ግንባታ የሚገለጽ ድጋፎች እንደሚደረጉ
The agreements include supports like finance, technology, capacity building and others. Generally, these supports have a great role in supporting our reforms. There are also agreements in building democracy and economic reforms, especially in terms of agriculture, irrigation developments and infrastructure. Ngusu further noted that the visit has created significant and a good image of Ethiopia in the world stage.
President of the Oromia regional state, Lemma Magarsa, said the Oromo people should use the attained freedom to build its economy. He underscored that strengthening unity of the Oromo people would help achieve more successes. Aklugabru.
In an exclusive interview with OBN on the current situation of the country, President of the Oromia regional state, Lemma Magarsa, said that a century of Oromo struggle has brought fruitful results because it was masterminded from a single command very recently.
hoggansa qabsoon Oromoo qaburraa ka'ee
a lot of opportunities were missed due to problematic leadership of Oromo struggle. So we have paid a lot of sacrifice, even if we compare it with the victory we've gained now.
President Lama called on political parties to avoid their ideological differences and work for the unity and the benefit of the Oromo people. Lama noted that the nation should work for economic benefit.
baroottan darban keessas karaarra turre nu fincilar.
We were in struggle in the past years, but others were working for their economic benefit. So we have to bring back our mind and hands to developmental endeavors.
President Lama urged the nation to sustain the ever-started reform.
Dafnee tokkummaa keenya cimsannee waan misoomaa sana saammachuu.
We need to strengthen our unity and move to economic benefit. We have to use all the opportunities that we have in our hand. This charismatic leader said, "United we stand, divided we fall." The Federal Attorney General on Friday revealed the results of the investigation into the crimes committed following the violence that occurred from 4th to 6th August 2018 in Somali Regional State, Ethiopia. Leta Teresa.
Ethiopia's Federal Attorney General has announced on Friday the results of its investigation on crimes committed in Jigjiga and its environs in the last August of 2018 in Somali region. Director of Communication Affairs Directorate with Office of the Attorney General Zinabu Tunu has briefed the media regarding the results of the investigation. Groups of individuals organized by the government of former President of Somali Regional State Abdi Mohammed Omar have committed serious crimes based on ethnicity.
በክልሉ የተፈጸመው ወንጀል ብሔርን ማዕከል አድርጎ
The committed crime was based on mainly targeting non-Somali people. The then government of Abdi has highly engaged in the crime through orchestrating, planning and financing. It had also trained human power who committed the brutal crime. Due to this, the lives of many people passed. Property has also been destroyed and robbed. The suspects have committed mass killing. Senior government officials were engaged in the crime. Abdi, former president of the region, has paved the way for the crime to be committed by directly ordering the council of the state and executive bodies.
According to the director, the right abuses committed in the region on non-Somali people is against the constitution of the country. Due to the violence, 58 people have been killed and 266 others were found injured seriously. He reiterated that the killings of 200 people and finding of mass graves, then women were also raped. Properties of Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, government institutions, private properties and organizations worth 412 million were damaged. The director said 46 suspects have been identified. Of these, 6 individuals, including former president of the region Abdi Mohammed Omar, have been detained. He revealed that the arrest 40 suspects are those who flee the country, hidden in the country, and have immunity from prosecution. Adding works are underway to arrest them. Zinabu called on the public to support the effort of the government.
በዚህ ሀገር ላይ የትኛውም የህዝብና የመንግስት አመራር ግለሰብም ጭምር ከህግ ካለመጠየቅ ወንጀል ሰርቶ ካለመጠየቅ ውጪ የሚሆንበት ምንም ምክንያት የለም.
In this country, there is no reason why government officials and individuals who committed the crime remain without being held accountable. We are working tirelessly to ensure rule of law. We are also exerting efforts to bring the suspects to justice, both those who are hidden in the country and flee to abroad. We call on the public to sustain its support in this regard.
Now the Somali region has got new president, Mustafa Mohamed, who worked for 21 years in the United Nations and also a graduate from London University, and he is 45. Over 180,000 people were displaced from border areas and districts of Oromia and Benishangul Gumuz regional states due to conflict. To settle the matter, a reconciliation process has been started in Sasiga district of East Wallagga zone of Oromia state. Fakadu Burhanu explains.
More than 180,000 2,000 citizens have been displaced from their homes due to the conflict between Oromia and the Benshangul Gumuz regional states. Reconciliation process has been held in Sasiga district of East Wallaga zone to solve the problem from its grassroots. Participants of the discussion said Oromo and the Benshangul Gumuz people do share many things in common, adding that the conflict was created by individuals who want to fulfill their own benefits. We cannot fight each other. We were living with Gumuz people peacefully through helping each other. The government should bring individuals who were behind the conflict to justice. The conflict was created after the change has been brought in the country. Now also, we are not in a good condition, but we do not dislike the reconciliation. So we need your promise to keep our peace, she said. Chief Administrator of East Wallaga Zone, Brown Bakala, noted that the displaced people have been faced different challenges due to the conflict over the past 4 months. He adds that ensuring peace of the country should be the role of everybody. Peace is a great resource that we have in common. It cannot be ensured by one or two bodies. It needs the role of all of us. Head of rural cluster with the rank of Vice President of the Oromia Regional State, Dr. Girma Amante, for his part underscored that the federal government is working in collaboration with the two regions to solve the problem, adding that the government is bringing criminals to justice.
The government has started to bring criminals to justice. There may be some remaining criminals, so we are ready to bring them to justice, and you should play your role in doing so.
President of Benshangul Gumuz Regional State, Ashadli Hassan, stated that among the region's population, half are Oromo who have been living together peacefully for a long period of time.
I would like to apologize you for what was created as president of the region. It shouldn't be repeated. Half of our people are Oromo. The two people have been living together for many years in harmony, but there are individuals who do not want this.
Commander of Western Wing Defense Force, General Asrat Ariro, underscored that the community should play its share to bring criminals to justice.
This problem will be solved if you play your fair share in bringing criminals to justice, being by the side of the government.
Thank you for watching. Have a good time.